Hey guys, hope you're doing great. You'll have to excuse me today because I'm in a random field somewhere in the UK, surrounded by sheep, but we're currently, moving warehouses, so I don't have a nice place to film at the moment, but still wanted to do a little video because, we've done a video every week now for about 2 or 3 years, so, nothing's going to stop us now. So, but yeah, today we want to talk a bit about some of the recent news that's happening with Rory Gallagher and his absolutely iconic and beautiful 1961 Fender Strat. So you guys might have seen that, his Strat is going up for auction in October, and that Strat is one of the most iconic and incredible instruments on the planet, and the estimate that people have put on it is, in my eyes, completely off, and we'll talk about that a bit in this video. But yeah, it's one of the most iconic looking guitars because Rory's acidic sweat, like every time he used to play and put his heart and soul into his playing, the sweat would be there with it, and he had the most corrosive sweat, and it's given that Strat one of the most iconic and beautiful looking finishes. That sunburst finish is just completely destroyed, but it looks beautiful. It's crazy. But that guitar is certainly, it's become almost a different beast, other than a different beast separate to Rory. So for example, the Irish government is talking about buying that guitar. I don't know what they're going to do with it. Maybe put it in a museum, or just, I suppose they would have to put it in a museum or some kind of trust or something. But yeah, the Irish government are talking about it. Also, I believe the daughter of the original seller back in 1963, which is when Rory bought it, I think Crowley's Music in Cork, Ireland, I think is where it was bought from. But yeah, the seller's daughter is actually starting a crowdfund campaign to try and buy the guitar. Right now, it's got like £20,000 in that pot, but I don't. So maybe she won't make enough money to buy it. But now, bearing in mind, Rory only paid £100 for that guitar back in 1963. The estimates are saying that it's going to be about $800,000 to $1.3 million at auction. So that really is an astronomical markup to the original price that he paid. By the way, apparently this Fender Strat was the very first Strat to reach Ireland back in the day. So I can see why the Irish government is interested in buying it, because it's not only a piece of Rory's history but Ireland's history if it's the first Fender Strat there. So that's something to bear in mind. But yeah, the estimates are saying 800k to 1.3 million. Now, I personally feel like that is on the lower end. You've probably seen in the past some of these auctions and how they've run away with themselves, and for something so iconic and distinctive, and bearing in mind guitars like the Black Strat that David Gilmour owned and sold, that went for like $4 million roughly at auction not too long ago. And I mean, would you put those in the same sentence? I probably would. Like, I'd much rather own the Rory Strat than the David Gilmour Black Strat, and that's nothing on David Gilmour, but I never really grew up listening to that. And a lot of the factoring in of the price for these auctions is the nostalgic element that people attach to this gear. So it's going to be an interesting one. What's your opinion on the price? What's your guys' estimate? Because my personal one is, I think it's going to be $2 million plus. That's my estimate. I think $2 to $2.5 million. That's what I'm going to say. It's way over what they're predicting, but I really feel like it could fetch a massive amount of money. Yeah, it's a big old piece of history, that. So there's been a lot of people tagging me in articles and stuff like this, saying and giving their opinion on the price of this Strat. And some people have been saying it's only worth £100 because it's a neck and a body, and then there's some people saying it's worth £1 billion. And it's like this. I think there's somewhere in the middle which is the truth, and that's going to be what I'm saying. Like, £2 million plus. But yeah, let us know in the comments what you think. I'd be very interested to see the disparity in opinions here, because it's a very subjective topic, and as we all know, with the gear that we all buy, the price of something or the value of something is only determined by how much someone is willing to pay. So in this instance, if you get two people that are super Rory fans, they might just go head to head and then it might go crazy. But yeah, either way, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, the auction is the 17th of October at Bonhams in London. So not only is the Strat for sale, but there's apparently some amps and some accessories. I feel like as soon as they said accessories, I was like, that sounds like some treble boosters or something fun. So now this is slightly off topic, but we just got a huge delivery of Marshalls today, like Marshall boxes. And should we do an unboxing video for you guys? Let us know if you want to see that, because we might film that over the next week or two and see what Marshalls we have, because I don't actually 100% know. I know roughly what we might have, but we could unbox them on camera and then crank one of them up maybe. But yeah, let us know if you want to see that video in the comments, and we'll definitely film that over the next week. So but yeah, let us know what you think to the Rory guitar price. 1961 Strat, owned by Rory, his pride and joy. You know, when you look at that guitar, you think of Rory, and you can never really replace that. So it's ingrained into his DNA. Literally, actually, his DNA is certainly ingrained into the guitar. So thanks a lot for watching. We'll catch you in a bit, and cheers.